Well, I think the first thing that I would say is it's super important to develop trust in yourself, and there's a couple ways to really kind of think through that. First of all, is it's really hard to trust yourself if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing. And there's a lot of talk. You can type into Google, how do I find my why? And there's like 700 million ways to find your why, but it all comes down to one thing. I've been talking about this for 25 years, and that is, what brings you alive? I mean, why do you do what you do? And so when you love what you do, you have a proclivity to desire to get better at it. And part of how you, excuse me, part of how we trust ourselves is having some level of why we do what we do, but then backing that with a level of doing it well. And so there's a process that people go through, and you'll go through it for your whole life. And I go through it, today being the author of this concept. And I go through it because I want to continue to get better. And I want to continue to trust what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, and with whom am I doing it. And we go through this kind of process of, first, we must gain competence. And whatever the relational methodology is, you've got to gain competence in the questions, the dialogues, the listening, the value interchange and the value exchange, and one piece of value at a time, to use the drop in a bucket consistently, is the super glue that keeps relationship going. But I got to get competent first. When I get competent, then I develop confidence. And when I can develop confidence, I'm able to do more quickly with less stress. I'm able to make more money in less time. And when I develop that confidence, then it leads to this area of consistency. And that's the other way that you make more money in less time. So I'll give you an example. When I first started off, it would take me about an hour to influence a borrower into a relationship with me. Today, I could sit down with a borrower, in 5 minutes in, they could go, I'm ready to sign, let's go. And so if you develop competence around asking really game-changing questions, and the questions are centric to the consumer, not about you, and you have a deep desired interest to learn what is not only important to them, but learn what is most important to them, you can shave the amount of time it takes to create trust off by 80 or 90%. And so who would not opt for that? Like, if it took me an hour to have one conversation with a borrower to get them to go forward, and now I can do it in 5 or 10 minutes, what does that mean? It means in the same hour, at 10 minutes each, I could have 6 borrower consultations. How much more money will you make by impacting 5 more people in the same hour it used to take you to impact 1? And that's the methodology behind high trust. I'll give you one